Keith Barker. This is from a former student. Mr. Barker was the first teacher to bring out in me an appreciation for the sciences. He taught me the joy of using logic to solve problems. He convinced us that it was cool to be smart and do well in school. Every day, I am thankful that I learned this valuable lesson while still in high school rather than after being stuck in a dead-end job. This is from a teacher. He injects his enthusiasm and imagination into his teaching, and even I, one of his colleagues, have delighted in sitting in on some of his lectures and demonstrations. When Keith hosted a physics teachers conference at the Royal Library a few years ago, he invited me to attend. I noted then that he was a leader among his fellow physics teachers as well as his Royal High School colleagues. Keith has served as the chairman of the mathematics department at Royal High School for 22 years. 5 years ago, Keith started a science Olympiad for children grades 3 through 6, which reaches out to all 19 of Simi Valley's elementary schools. There's a tremendous amount of planning and coordination involved, but Keith is there every year to ensure the success of this event, and he involves many of his own students. Finally, Keith's physics and calculus students consistently do very well on the advanced placement exams. The College Board of Educational Testing Service invited him to be a reader of AP Calculus exams for the past 6 years, further recognizing his contribution in the field of calculus instruction. Finally, Keith Barker has been a role model for his students, inspiring many of them to pursue teaching careers. This is from another former student. Mr. Barker taught with patience and always believed in us. He was never too busy to stay after class and explain even the easiest calculus problem. He asked for us to do our best, and we did. It's been over 10 years since I was in his classroom, but I still remember things he taught. This is from a current student. Mr. Barker teaches calculus and physics at Royal High, and in my opinion, he's one of the smartest persons in the world. To explain some deep and profound physics concepts, Mr. Barker would show my class some bizarre apparatus he constructed in his garage on a weekend. In humor, he would then name the device after himself, such as the Barker freefall device or the Barker accelerometer. One might say he's a real-life MacGyver. Mr. Barker always uses wit and humor when he lectures. He makes a boring subject like particle motion and magnetic field into something exciting, like a roller coaster at Disneyland. And finally, from a former student, as a senior, I had overburdened myself with all honors classes. I started to slip fast, begging for assistance from a counselor. No one really cared, except Mr. Barker. He caught me, lifted me up, and literally saved my life. Mr. Barker is a god among men. So if you were wondering what God looks like, Keith Barker.
I didn't prepare anything, so I just wanted to say a few things. Tonight I have the privilege, it's kind of hard. It's very difficult when you hear from former students like that. I really love these kids, and I really enjoy what I'm doing. But I've had the incredible luck to have 4 role models to follow, and all 4 of them happen to be here tonight. First of all, there's my wife, who was a 3rd grade teacher, and I learned so much from her regarding patience and how to deal with the kids. My brother, who preceded me as a teacher, starting off at Santa Monica High School and sort of led the way and really influenced me on what I have to do. And there's my lovely daughter, Christy, who is here, who I had the extreme pleasure of having in class for 2 classes, which was just something. And it's so much fun just to watch her grow and watch her enthusiasm, and I just hope I can learn from her. And strangely enough, there's an administrator here who I really learned a lot from, and he's no longer with our school. However, Dr. Kerry Dritz, he probably doesn't understand how much influence he had on me and the ties that I wear every day. And last of all, I'd really like to thank AMGEN. I think recognizing the teaching profession as they're doing and being lucky enough to be singled out is really an honor. And it certainly makes me wish I had bought AMGEN stock when it was less than $1. Thank you very much.
Well, once again, thank you all for coming. I think it's wonderful when colleagues, families, and administrators will take time out of their schedules to honor these teachers. I think you can agree that these teachers have all heaped great glory on our award. We are constantly amazed. This is the 4th year. How come we missed these guys the first time? And we know there are more out there. We're going to go get them. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy yourself. This is the night to honor your stars, but everybody better have a good time. Thank you.